Patience. All of us have at least one. And if you haven't found it yet, don't worry, because I'm sure that you are going to find it. We identify our patience as the thing that inspires us and helps us to continue before everything and everyone. It's that feeling that simply makes us happy and don't allow us to give up or stop it until we achieve what we want. But at what point does patience become an obligation? Personally, I have two great patients, studying and practicing archery. And in both activities, there was a point where I just stopped feeling that love and inspiration. And today, I want to tell you how the archery came to my life. One of the sports that has inspired me to continue. I remember that my father had recently passed away. And my mother, trying to make me feel better, she let me practice archery. At first, I entered with all the enthusiasm and desire to learn. For me, archery was something as unknown as it was exciting. I began to practice on weekends with my team, and the rest of the days, I spent them trying to stretch the bow inside my room. That's when the first thing of a patient appeared, because for months, I was doing arm exercise to finally be able to stretch my bow. I remember that the first time that I was able to stretch it, for all the excitement and the adrenaline, I released it. And thanks to that, now I have a reminder in my room that day after day, when I go to sleep, it reminds me that incredible moment. Yeah, that's right. I left a hole in my ceiling. After that, I couldn't stop thinking that I had finally managed to stretch it. And it wasn't long before I started shooting arrows. Every day, I just thought that I already wanted the weekend to come to go to practice. That's how I began to improve little by little in archery. When I started winning, the pressure began to increase for me. After some time, the people began to have so many expectations about me. Although at the beginning I was happy, after a while, I only thought that I should train harder and harder. You may think that this is a good thought of overcoming, but the truth was that these thoughts was more aimed at what the others thought and expected of me. At this point, I wasn't sure if I still like practice this sport. As these thoughts grew, they took me further and further away that my passion for shooting. But the decisive point was when I was in a control to go to the National Youth Olympiad. I remember that I started shooting and everything was going well until I had to shoot the last arrow. Everything inside of me was, it had to be perfect or it won't be worth it. Then I released. Boom. 0. I was surprised, and the first thing that I thought was, at least I did the best that I could. If I succeed in passing, it's okay, but if not, I still have more opportunities. Then I began to remember all the fun moments with my team, and I realized that all the things that I did all the hours of practice, all the cancelled meetings with friends, all of those things I did for me, for my patient. At the end, I ended up going to the National Youth Olympics. And I decided that I'm going to let my patient be my guide. But I'm not the only one who has gone through this. A great friend practices swimming. And not long ago, she was still part of the representative team where she was going to train. At the beginning, she was so enthusiastic for being part of the representative team. The training that she had to go through became more and more intensive, but she didn't give up. After some time, the swimming took up much more time, and in time of competitions, her day was go to the school, eating in the car on the way to the pool, getting practice, doing homework, and finally sleep every day of her week. It got at the point that even on vacation, every day without fail, and too early, she went to practice. The things became more complicated until a doctor told her that she burned more calories than she consumed. When she realized her situation, she decided that she didn't want to be part of the team because she didn't live only her passion and her inspiration. Also, her health was involved. This is when I ask you, what is your passion? Were you ever found it yourself in a situation like this? Today, I know that all our passions need to be driven for our own convictions, and we can't let our fears of the expectations that others extend on us change our objectives. This is our life, and if you decide to follow your dreams, your passions, you should never forget who you are and why you do it. Thanks.